Welcome, sixth graders, to Komachin Middle School. We're excited to see you soon. Hi, I'm Mr. Grigorsevich, and I'm the principal, and this is my voice you're going to hear throughout the video today.
And I'm Mr. McDonald. I'm the assistant principal, and this is my voice that you'll hear throughout the video today.
At the end of this video, we'll tell you about some dates in August where we'll meet in person, but the purpose of this video is just to give you a little insight to the day-to-day of Komachin Middle School.
At Komachin Middle School, we pride ourselves on showing the PAC values: pride and respect, achievement, citizenship, and kindness.
Welcome to the 24-25 school year. Here's what it's going to look like. Go Wolves!
Okay, sixth graders, this is what your daily schedule will look like. You have a 30-minute advisory at the beginning of the day on most days. We also have 50 minutes per period. You get 30 minutes lunch in the middle of the day, and we end our day at 3:50. Remember, we begin at 9:20, so be here by then.
About every other Wednesday, we have early release schedule. You'll see we don't go to advisory on those days, and on those days, we end at 2:35.
Okay, sixth grade, if you're coming here for breakfast in the morning, the doors actually open at 8:50. If you're not eating, we ask that you hang outside, and then you can come in at 9 o'clock. At 9:10, you can head to your advisory teachers.
All right, so before school, either if you're coming from a bus, as we're seeing right here, we want to thank our leadership class for putting this video together. This one is a little shaky and a little fast, but it gives you an idea of where you'll be in the morning before school. If you get off a bus, this is the route you would take. If you're a walker, if you get dropped off, it would be in the front. Right here, they're giving you a simulation of walking from the bus. It probably won't be this shaky. And up through the front of the building.
So if you're going to breakfast, you will go to the front of the building, or you can also go up there and be around the front of the building with your friends and talk and hang out up there. The other option is to go around the back of the building, and we'll show you that in a minute, where there is our play shed. You can play basketball, and there's tables out there where you can be as well in the morning.
All right, so this is before school, the back of the building. This is when you get off the bus. But the back of the building won't look like this next year. So the walkway will be there, but those portables will be out of there. So those will be clear. But the back of the building will show you where you can go to be under the play shed, like we said. There's basketball, there's pickleball, there's volleyball. You can just hang out and talk with your friends. If you're going to breakfast, you can go in the back way there. And like we said, at 9:10, you can go in and go to advisory. Classes start at 9:20. So as we're looking at this also will start to show you some of the students here at Komachin.
Like Mr. G said, this is the bus walkers that are going around. That's where we started, was in the bus loop. However, if you're a walker, you can also walk around through the bus loop and towards the back of the building if you want to go play basketball or sit at the tables or play volleyball or pickleball or any of those options as well. So if you'd like to go to the back of the building, you have the option of walking around the building towards the back, just like the bus riders.
And if it's really torrentious downpour or really poor weather, we always let the students come inside before school.
We use the Commons in the morning for breakfast. We also use it during Wolfpack times on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Friendship Friday. There might be a club time in there, and at lunches. During the time that you're in the Commons, you're expected to show respect and kindness by cleaning up after yourselves, turning your voice off and being quiet when asked, being polite towards others. Drink machines are off limits for the first 15 minutes of lunch. You can play foosball, ping pong tables, restroom.
All right, our leadership student is going to give us a quick tour here of the cafeteria. They'll give you a quick tour of what it looks like around. You'll get a better sense of this when you get to come in August. So they're just showing you where the lunches are served, where those TVs were at. There's our lunch tables. If it's a nice day, you can sit outside, and just like before school, you can do all the activities outside. We have foosball, we have ping pong inside. If it's a real nice day, Most students go out to the field where we have all sorts of different activities as well.
This is our KMS Equity Pledge. This was developed in the 22-23 school year by our that school year's equity team made up of students and staff. And our main thing at Komachin is that we are kind to one another.
All right, the hallways, they're going to be clearly marked for you as you come into the building, but there's many hallways throughout our school, but they're pretty easy to navigate. You can always ask students or adults who are always in the hallways for any sort of help. Of course, when we go into our hallways, they can become crowded sometimes, so we do have expectations. We give you 4 minutes to get from one class to the next. That's plenty of time. We want you walking in the halls. We want you staying to the right. We also want to make sure you don't have any sort of electronics out.
If you need to use the restroom during class time, make sure that you have a pass to head there. Restrooms are not a meeting space. It's one to a stall. Don't be meeting your friends in the restroom. During class time, restroom closest to your class. So stay in the restroom that is with the den that you're in. No cell phones are allowed, and keep our restrooms clean. The last 15 minutes of lunch, you're going to be released to go outside. When outside, there's lots of activities behind the commons and out on the field. Make sure you're listening for 3 quick whistles. That means you're released from lunch to head back to class. 1 long whistle means freeze and stop so you can listen for directions. Make sure when you're on the field, you keep your hands and feet to yourself and you use appropriate language.
Our brand new library is pretty amazing. Our librarian, Mrs. Matthews, has a lot of things to offer in the space. You can always go in before school and after school to check out books. There's also opportunities at lunch and during class time to also check out books. Of course, the biggest thing when you're in the library is be mindful of others and respectful of your voice level. The library also has many other things to offer that you'll find out during your advisory through Wolfpack time. One of the spaces we have is a maker space, which is available during Wolfpack time. We're able to make different things, and Mrs. Matthews runs that, and we'll be able to talk to you about that next year.
Okay, next we have the office. If you're going into the office, make sure that you're entering quietly, that you speak politely with the office professionals that are in there. Ask permission to use the phone. Please wait until it's your turn. When you walk into the office, you're going to get, if you're late to school, there will be a sign-in sheet right there, and those are some of our office professionals. We have different offices. That's your health room. This is Mr. McDonald's office. This is a conference room. Up here, we've got Mr. G's office. You'll have the opportunity to go in there, get any business done that you need to get done, speak with the office professionals. You'll get an opportunity to go over to the Student Services Center. You can go back and talk to our counselors. Their counseling offices are right back here next to this conference room. And we have Miss Tanya. She's at the front office. Make sure you sign up for after-school sports or intramurals. You pay your fees and fines with Miss Tanya, replace smart tags, mental health requests, counselor request forms. And here's our counselors, Mrs. Sawyer and Mrs. Nye.
One of the questions we get asked is, do we have lockers at Komachin? The only place we have lockers are in the locker room, so you can lock up your valuables if you have PE or sports. Remember, the big no's in the locker room are no cell phones, no horseplay, and to make sure that you're following the expectations. Here are a little bit of a view of the locker rooms.
Be sure to remember that we are a closed campus, so once you've arrived at school, you're to stay on the school grounds. If you need to get something at the coffee shop or anything like that, make sure you do it before school, before you get on campus. Our after school, the expectation is that if you are going to the bus loop, that you head through the Arctic Den. It's the blue den, some people call it, and you head through that den and it will take you out to the bus loop. As our leadership student is showing us here in this quick video, you head out through the Arctic Den and the bus loop is on the back side of this den. The expectations when you are in the bus loop is that you're waiting on the sidewalk for your bus to arrive. You get to your bus as quickly and efficiently as possible. Walkers exit through the front entrance of the school. So you're not, if you're a walker, you're not going through the Arctic Den, you're going out the front of the building.
Our positive behavior intervention supports team is made up of several different key figures. Mr. Scott is one of those. He helps with students that are dealing with maybe it's academic or behavior issues within class to help them be successful. We also have another one here. She's not pictured, but it's Miss Y, and she does the exact same thing to help students academically, or if they're following expectations or need a reminder about expectations. We have tickets here for those who are following expectations called gotchas, different gotchas for different people that pass them out, but they're all used to get rewards from our gotcha cart. We also have a student store, and we also have activities at the end of every quarter that that students earn through our PBIS system.
Advisory is a class that you'll have all year long to support you academically, socially, emotionally, with a teacher who cares. So that you have the opportunity to have a teacher that's really watching your grades, watching how you're doing socially and emotionally, and help you through the year. Typical weekly schedule. Monday, you do grade and binder, Wolfpack time on Tuesday, Character Strong Wednesday, Wolfpack time on Thursday, Friendship Friday. So you'll have the opportunity of Wolfpack time to be able to go. If your behavior and everything is right, then you'll be able to go and be with your friends. You'd be able to go to a class, get extra help on academics if you need, make up any missing work, retake tests and quizzes, finish projects, or you'd be able to go up to the commons or the gym. There's different activities that you'd be able to do there. We do grade checks on Mondays, and you're instructed to check your grades and missing assignments. As an advisor, they'll use the information to help support you and to get you to the opportunities Wolfpack or Friendship Friday. Friendship Friday is also known as Club Friday. You can meet up with friends at another advisory or invite friends to your advisory, participate in clubs or activities, and have fun on Friday. We also have our SEAL reward program, and this is an opportunity for you to get stickers. We have all students have a SEAL chart. It's in your advisory, different things that you participate in. You get a sticker that goes on your SEAL chart, and it's a way for you to be rewarded for the different things that you're doing throughout the school.
All right, we also already showed you what your schedule would look like. In that schedule, every sixth grader will have a language arts class, a social studies class, a math class, and a science class. You can look at the course objectives as I'm kind of talking through this, but it'll give you an idea of what you're going to study within your sixth grade core classes. Within your classes, you'll have those, sometimes they're all throughout the day, so sometimes you'll have them in the morning, sometimes you'd have them in the afternoon. It just really depends on the schedule that's put together for your individual needs. As you can look up here, social studies, it's more of a early world history study. As sixth graders look at that, you go to seventh grade, you look at Washington State, then U.S. in eighth grade. So you look at the math here. We have math opportunities within the school day for some intervention classes. We also have tutoring before and after school, and that information comes out towards the end of September. Science, the great thing about science class is students have a lot of hands-on experiences. They also have a lot of opportunities to do field trips. I know our sixth graders this year went to Mount St. Helens. Some have gone to the zoo. Some have gone out on marine boats as well. There's also enrichments. These are exploratory classes for the sixth graders, and they change from year to year. But for next year, the ones up there are typically the ones that we have. As you get in the seventh and eighth grade, there's more opportunities for the enrichment cycle.
Okay, this slide is for families, how to support your student. The students will need their Chromebooks every single day, so it's important that we're keeping them charged every single night. And then that they're always in a case because we need to make sure that they're protected. Academically, please support your student by getting on parent access through Canvas, checking Skyward, checking Students Planner, and contacting teachers with any concerns that you might have throughout the day. Social support, we ask that you, if there is an issue, that there is a student incident reporting form, that you go to the For Student section on our webpage, and that will take you to the reporting form. And we've got a little demonstration of that right here. So you'll go onto your Canvas. You can go to the Komachin bulletin board, and there's reporting a student incident, and then the student incident form is right here. You're just going to fill out what happened, if there was any bullying or might be harassment or any number of things that has happened to inform us, and this shoots an email straight to me and Mr. G. Cell phone policy at the school is off and away all day. That includes our earbuds, our headphones, any electronics other than your Chromebook should be off and away all day when you're at school, from the time you walk into the building until the bell rings at the end of the day. So off and away from the moment you enter Komachin campus, and then until the end of the day when the bell rings at the end of the day. That way students can use their cell phones at the end of the day to set up rides and that kind of thing, but it should be after the bell. If your phone is out, in the hallway, they shouldn't be. In the commons, any of those areas, they shouldn't be. The first time it happens, students will pick up. The students will take it to the office. They can get it at the end of the day. Second time there's an infraction, the student can also get it at the end of the day. The third time and beyond, there's an infraction. There will be a parent contact, and that'll happen. We are tracking that. The third time and beyond, they'll have to start turning it in at the beginning of the day. This is the tracking sheet for cell phone use, so that we can keep track of how many times it's been taken.
We want to thank our leadership class and Mrs. Hunter for making this video for next year's 6th grade students and families. We will have an in-person event on August 28th at 5:30 to 6:30 for students and families to come and see the school, see their schedule, and to meet their advisors. We'll also have some question and answer sessions there to make sure students and families are ready to go the first day of school. We also went to each of the elementaries and met with your students. We had a PowerPoint, which is on our website. You can take a look at that. That has some other additional information about school next year. We also will send a newsletter in August to talk about all those dates and the start of the school year.
Thank you, 6th graders, for watching this video. We're so excited for you to be here and be a part of our community. We've got some really great peers of yours here to give you some advice. Go Wolves.
What's one thing that I have to look forward to in middle school?
There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, sports, activities, stuff like that, and you can make a ton of new friends.
All right, thank you. What's your favorite part about Komachin?
My favorite part about Komachin is probably that you meet a lot of people from other schools that you haven't seen before.
Think back to this year and think about one piece of advice that you'd give to the students next year.
Just don't get behind on a lot of missing work. It's really bad.
What do they have to look forward to in middle school?
Is that you get to think about what you're gonna do in high school and all of the opportunities that you're gonna get.
Think back to 6th grade. What is one piece of advice that you'd give to new students?
Be nice to the teacher and catch up on your work.